Hello everyone, thanks so much for joining. In today's video I would like to introduce the 5 C's of credit analysis. Actually we don't need to call it 5 anymore because there are a few more, a few additional ones which I will explain. Why 5 C's of credit analysis? As you know, credit risk depends on specific factors related to the borrower. Could be a government, could be a company who wants to raise money, who borrows money, as well as general economic conditions. When looking and assessing the credit worthiness of such an organization, many analysts are using the so-called C's or 5 C's of credit analysis. What is this all about? 5 C's, you can see here, refers to capacity, capital, character, covenants, and collateral. What does it mean? First, capacity is the ability, if we look at a company who in this case is a borrower and has raised debt, the capacity means that's the company's ability to make debt payments on time, which means the company is able to pay interest and principal repayment on time. That's the first area that analysts would look at. Second one is capital. Capital addresses other resources available that reduces the reliance on debt. Could be that they use other working capital, that they collect cash from their customers earlier or pay some of their suppliers a bit later. Could be that they have other debt instruments or equity instruments outstanding. So it really looks at the entire capital structure and see, okay, what other sources do we have so that we don't rely on debt too much. Character is the quality of management and willingness of servicing the debt or of repay indebtedness. You may think about, even from your own situation, many companies, they use credit card scores. So if you have a credit card, then depending on how you use your credit cards and how you settle your outstanding credit card debt, basically tells the company, the bank, a lot about your character and your willingness to repay. Yeah, so character is all about your own or the company's own willingness to pay down debt. Then covenants, it's very important in indentures, like debt agreements, where the issuer has to comply with certain criteria. For example, you cannot take additional loan, or your EBITDA margin needs to be higher than this, or whenever you invest more than a certain amount, you need to let the debt provider know. So there are certain restrictions which gives the provider of capital a bit more control. And then the last one, collateral, is the quality and value of assets supporting the issuer's indebtedness. Think about collateral. If you go to a bank and ask for a mortgage, then usually the bank is quite happy to give you a mortgage because you have a collateral. If something happens and you are unable to pay your debt, then the bank can take your house or your apartment. So collateral is really the quality and value of assets underlying the issuer's debt, issuer's indebtedness. So these are the 5 common ones. We call this bottom up, because this is really based on the company. And then I am thinking about 3 additional ones, which are called top down, which is the first one, conditions. This refers to the general economic, competitive and business environment faced by all companies or by all borrowers, whoever the entity is that borrows money. Country is your country environment, the geopolitical environment and legal and political systems. What is the legal system in this country? If one borrower becomes default, what is the legislation? What are the legal processes? And then the last one is currency, which affects those issuers whose cash flows are affected by exchange rate changes or who borrow in a currency outside of your own jurisdiction. Yeah, so because of currency and exchange rate changes, this can affect your cash flow and your ability to pay down debt as well. So these are the 5 plus 3, the 8 C's of credit analysis. I hope you found this useful. Thank you so much for joining. See you later.